Ellen DeGeneres or Ellen Degenerate. These Hollywood people are degenerates. I would not recommend anybody watching their shows. So here's the thing. I'm going to share with you just how perverted these people are. And it's very subtle. You may not see it. Some people, well, I think all of us will be able to see it, and I think everybody knows. You know when someone is giving a very lustful, evil, lustful look where they want you and they're going to try and do whatever they can to get to you. And this is exactly what we see coming from Ellen Degenerate. You see, these people, they are servants of corruption. While they are giving you, what makes Ellen DeGeneres really loved by people? Well, people love her because she gives things to people. They give money to charity. They give money to foundations. They donate. They are always out there in public showing good deeds. I'm a good person. I do good things. I'm a good person. I give to charity. That doesn't determine whether you're a good person or not. That doesn't determine that. Yeah, guess what? Some of the most smartest criminals are the most giving in the eyes of the public. The best criminals that I can think of, to give you as an example, think about this. Your governments. Okay. You see, do you know the cancer foundations? The breast cancer awareness month that they do all the time, every single year after year. Well, the same people who are the ones who are doing these fundraisers are the same people who are actually behind the problem in the first place. Now before I get too carried away, let's see what Ellen DeGenerate actually does here. If we look at this video, look at this, all right? Now I'm not going to play the whole thing. I'm just going to only play the beginning, and then I'm going to skip to right where I need to show it.
You're here on such a good day. The other day, my producer showed me an incredible video on Instagram of one of the coolest performances I've seen. I could try to describe it, but I would rather you just see it for yourself. From Stuttgart, Germany, please welcome Viola Brand.
I'm gonna pause. So she is a cyclist and she does tricks and everything, which is all cool and everything. It's neat. Yes, she does cool tricks on a bicycle and all that stuff. Now I mean, it's impressive. It's impressive skill. Like, I mean, like, anybody can do that, right? Like, I mean, anybody can just do it. It's not that impressive, right? Because, I mean, like, all of us can be able to do bicycle tricks, right? I mean, the Bible says I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, right? So yeah, I could be able to do these tricks too, right? And I think you can too, all right? Just believe that you can. Just have faith that you can. Just have faith that you can be able to do it, and you will be able to do it. Just have faith that you have this skill inside of you. This talent is inside of your heart, of your dear little precious heart. Okay. I'm going to forward it here. Look at her. Look, I'm going to slow this down. Look at her face. You see, do you see that kind of, that look that I want, ooh, I want that girl? These people are perverted. Now here's the thing that you have to understand about Ellen DeGenerate. You see, she would not bring anyone on her show unless if they have this, they share the same beliefs as her. If you're a Christian and you don't support the rainbow flag and all that stuff, guess what? Then you will not be welcome on her show. Why? Because you're against her agenda. She is a leftist who wants to push the feminist movement and push the rainbow to the next level. See, this woman, Ellen DeGeneres, or Ellen Degenerate, she is a slave to her own carnal nature. The question is, are you a slave to your own carnal nature? When we don't submit ourselves fully to Jesus Christ and to the will of the Father, then we become slaves to our own selves. We become slaves to our own carnal nature. We become slaves to our own sin. And that then makes it difficult for us to be able to attain salvation, to be able to, leave, to be able to bury that evil carnal nature to the ground and be able to move with a new spiritual nature and follow Christ. This is the thing. These shows of Ellen DeGeneres, all they do is further degenerate you. These are degenerates that are further trying to degenerate your minds. And so long as you entertain yourself with these people, what you are doing is further damaging your brain cells. So for those who still have brain cells left in them, who have not gone to watch her shows, and you still have a little bit of brain cells left in you, make the wise decision. Not just Ellen DeGenerate, not just turning off the TV, not just turning off the radio. Just turn away from everything that is worldly, anything that is going to turn your attention away from your Heavenly Father, towards the carnal mind, and to put you in a state of spiritual distraction. All of that, my friends, just turn away from all of it. All of us need to be strong and be able to hold on. Because here's the thing, so long as you don't submit your five senses, you are going to follow, when you follow your five senses, what you're going to do is actually you are making your own. Now, okay, let's get this straight. When I'm talking about the five senses, and when I say don't trust your five senses, I don't mean like if you look at the world around you, what you see, it's not what you're seeing. No, of course that's what you're seeing. What you're hearing, it is what you're hearing. When I talk about don't trust your own five senses, I'm talking spiritually and metaphorically. Because here's the thing, I'm talking about beholding the wrong things, right? I'm talking about seeing the wrong things, touching the wrong things, smelling the wrong things, tasting the wrong things. Now here is what I'm trying to get out of this so that you can understand it. Sin feels good, it tastes good, it smells good, it sounds good, it looks good. All of these things, that's your five senses. And we tend to gravitate ourselves towards things that look good, sounds good, tastes good, feels good, smells good. That's how sin is. Sin completely engulfs the entire human five senses. And so long as we don't submit that to Jesus Christ, we're done for. And here's the thing. Hollywood, they understand this. Hollywood is more religious than you think. Hollywood, in fact, is much more religious than you. Hollywood is, in fact, even more religious than a lot of Christians, so-called religious Christians. Hollywood is much more religious than you. And guess what? They understand this and they know it. That's why they keep sending you messages, the same messages over and over again. The movies occult, witchcraft, speaking to the dead. sexual scenes, too much sexuality. Video game industry, same thing. Music industry, same thing. Wait, it's a message. Wait a second, it's a sermon. You're receiving sermons from Hollywood entertainment, from music industry. You're receiving sermons from the video game industry. You are receiving sermons all around you. The buses that drive by and they have certain messages, well, guess what? That's a sermon that's being preached to you. These are doctrines. When you see an image of a half-naked woman that is appealing to you, or it's causing you to lust, and you already struggle with lust, and now you see beholding this, well, guess what? That's a sermon or a doctrine that is being preached to you. These are doctrines of demons that are being given to you. These people are servants of corruption. They like to promise you liberty and peace and all that stuff. They make you feel good. They like to make you feel good, while they're the ones who are actually responsible for a lot of the atrocities and evil that takes place in the world. Here's the thing. The job of Ellen DeGeneres is to keep you distracted. The job of Ellen DeGeneres is to turn you, very subtle, it's to turn you into a lustful person. When you are watching these people, think about this. You are watching someone who is into the same sex. Now, you see that person, and you keep beholding them gradually with time, and they win you over by the good deeds which they do. What do you think that's going to do? Well, now to them, now before your eyes, they find favor in your sight. The doctrines that they promote, the things which they promote, before you know it, you are going to be a proud supporter of the rainbow. Before you know it, oh, it's the sweetest thing I've ever seen. Oh, I think, yes, definitely equality for all. Yes, that's right. I agree. Now, before you know it, you've fallen in line, and now you are in complete, total agreement with them on everything that they preach about. By beholding, you become changed. Now, let's take this one step further. Oh yeah, it's that month of the year again. Yeah, it's the Pride Month. All right, yeah, awesome. All right. Equality for all, awesome. Yes? So now here you go, holding the sign, equality for all, yeah, all right. You're now beginning to see people walking on the streets, half naked, both men and women, now in front of children. And now your children are beginning to behold these things. Now your children are saying, well, my parents think that it's a good thing, it's normal, so I guess it must be normal for men to be with the men, and for, for this, and for even for people to become like beasts and animals and all that. Okay, there's nothing wrong with it. And now the children begin to now fall in line. And before you know it, now you have aided your own children to now become confused about their own orientation. And now these children begin to wonder after what? Strange flesh. And who is God going to hold responsible for this? Well, guess what? He first is going to come to the fathers of that household. And he's going to say, where is the flock which I have given to you? Where is the family, the children, your wife? Where is the woman that you impregnated? Where is she? Where are the children? Lord, do you want to stutter? Or do you want to say, Father, here's the flock that you blessed me with. Here are my children, and here's my wife. I present them to you. You see, my friends, God's going to hold you accountable for whatever indoctrination that you behold, right? And then you transfer it over to the children. So be very careful. You may not see anything wrong with watching Ellen DeGeneres. It's a very subtle message, a very subtle doctrine. You are being turned into a carnally led person, in which if it feels good, then that means it's good. If it sounds good, if it tastes good, if it smells good, all these things, you are being led by that. Ellen DeGeneres is turning you into a lover of pleasure. You don't know it. But this is where you need to pray for discernment and ask for the spirit of discernment to be given to you, that the Spirit of God can open your eyes and help you to understand what's being fed to you. You're going to be held accountable for whatever you end up transferring over to your children. This is the Controversy 7. Thank you for tuning in and for joining me. You take good care of yourselves. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Stay tuned and I'll see you guys next time.